Alright, this video is meant to help you prepare for learning purpose and result clauses. And this first page here gives you the rules that are necessary to do this. As you can see on the first line here, the purpose clause. Purpose clauses start with the subordinating conjunction ut or ne, if you're doing a negative result. And it's followed by a subjunctive verb, not immediately after necessarily, but inside of the purpose clause, the verb will be in the subjunctive, and it translates as so that. So I went to the grocery store so that I could buy groceries. Next is the result clause, and the result clause is similar in nature. It starts with the subordinating conjunction ut, but for a negative result clause, you're going to use ut non instead of ne, and it's also followed by a subjunctive verb in that clause. The other thing that helps us figure out if it's a result clause is we have an indicator word that pops up before the ut. So some of these indicator words are listed here: seek, ita, tom, tot, totiens, and tantus. A lot of T words. Purpose and result clauses also need to follow the rule that's called sequence of tenses, and all that basically means is that if you have a present tense main verb before the ut, then you must follow with a present subjunctive. And if you have a past tense main verb, really any sort of past, then the subjunctive is going to be in the imperfect. So past tense followed by the imperfect subjunctive. So let's take a look at some examples on the next page. The first one, kuro ne hostes me capiant. So let's take a look here. We got the word ne, so we can bracket our clause off here, and we have to decide if it's a purpose or result. Well, if you look before the ne, there is no indicator word. There's no tom or totiens and that sort of thing. So this is a purpose clause. Notice also the verb kuro is present tense, I run, and then the verb inside of the clause is in the present subjunctive. So present tense main verb, present tense subjunctive. This subjunctive follows the rule of we fear a liar friar. So this says I run so that the enemies do not capture me. Notice the ne here just negates the verb capture. And then the second sentence is basically the same thing, as all I did was change the main verb, kurebat, into the imperfect tense. So he runs. I shouldn't have changed the person there, but the effect is still the same. Kurebat, he ran, past tense, so that the enemies do not capture me. So notice imperfect main verb, and then the verb inside of the clause here is subjunctive. So this is a purpose clause. There's no indicator word. We're using ne, which is also only appears in purpose clauses. Let's take a look at the second set of sentences. So we're, that's our subject, our verb est, and then we have an ut. We can bracket that to the verb. Notice est is present tense, and det is also present tense. So present tense main verb, present tense subjunctive. Det comes from the word do, dare, to give. And then also notice here in the beginning, tom, that's one of our indicator words. So this sentence says, the man, we're, is so brave, tom fortis, that the emperor gives a prize to him. So notice that we have the indicator word tells us this is a result clause. All right, and then in the second sentence, again, I did the same thing as the top. I turned the verb into a past tense verb. We can bracket our clause again, and then just notice that erat is past tense. Therefore, inside of the ut clause, I'm going to need the imperfect subjunctive, which is infinitive plus ending. So dare, and then t for he, she, or it. The next page, if you'd like to learn a little bit on how to do some English to Latin, mainly for my honor students, but feel free to try it yourself if you like. if you'd like to try it on your own, there's vocab there. Oro means to pray or beg. Venus is the god Venus, and uo, first conjugation, means to aid. So you want to try it, pause it now, and I'll go over the answer when you come back. All right, so what we're going to do is go through this word for word and figure out how to form this sentence. So Aeneas obviously is our subject, so let's start there. Aeneas prayed. Well, clearly we're going to use the word oro, and also our direct object is going to be Venus. So oro is transitive, which means that it's going to take a direct object. We can just say Aeneas begged Venus. That will work just fine. Notice also prayed is past tense, so I'm going to use Venus here. We'll put her in the accusative case. And then I'm also going to put the verb oro into the perfect tense. Prayed. Aeneas begged Venus, or Aeneas prayed to Venus. So that, well, that's it, and that's going to be a purpose clause. So now the only thing that's going to be difficult here is finishing up the second half. And she, because we are changing subjects, we are going to have to list the new subject, which is Ea, be she, and then him. Anytime you're referring back to the subject of the original sentence, we have to use the pronoun se. So we'll put se there, that's referring back to Aeneas. And then the verb to aid is uo. So again, we used a past tense main verb, and we're going to have to use the imperfect subjunctive. And the way we do that is infinitive, uare, plus endings t, he, she, or it. Okay. And that should be it. Aeneas begged Venus, or prayed to Venus, so that, but, she, and then our verb uare, would aid, and then say him. So hopefully this is helpful. I'll try to put more videos about this later. Thanks.